guess what? In an episode of delicious irony, I found myself strolling down the delightful labyrinth of Bukchonhanek village today, with old quaint houses nobly standing against the march of time, stone walls whispering tales of tradition underneath the gaze of towering skyscrapers. I know sounds like something out of a K-drama, right? But as an artist, I could almost visualize the synesthetic harmony of pastel-colored traditional hanbok and the harsh concrete gray, blending into a soul canvas before me. Highlight? Definitely the fascinating guided tour by Wan Jin, our 16-year-old local guide who brims with astounding insights and anecdotes. I swear, this kid knows the city better than the back of his hand. Oh, and our friendly foodie Max came up with his kitchen experiments again. A kimchi burger, can you believe it? Gotta love his culinary bravado, almost as quirky as his sense of humor. Haha, yeah. And Pierre stuck with his microwave meal. Don't we all relate to that disaster dinner every now and then? Maybe I should bake and send some pastries for our buddy. After all, lion waits for no man. Enfin, one man's tteokbokki is another man's microwave meal? Speaking of food, Max dropped the bombshell of a Korean sweet potato pizza, and guess who's in line to try it next? Yep, moi. Oh, the joys of tasteful transgressions. Oh, and horror films alert, apparently. Hyejin and Max jumped off the couch while Pierre feigned indifference, a bit too into those classic thrillers, huh? As for me, you know me, I can hardly watch a ghostly shadow without a pillow shield. So, my explorer soul was smitten today, as the echo of a cultural resonance danced around the narrow labyrinth. The Hanok architecture is, sigh, uniquely hypnotic. One could pen down a ballad romanticizing the magnificent blend of eras. Well, I better start penning down some lyrics. You know I get my best inspiration from my escapades. The city is my muse after all, and today it definitely sang a beautiful, nostalgic ballad. And as if the K-drama scene hadn't enough of me, today's episode was not so slightly turned up a notch. Picture this, our usual trainee showcase, lights, camera, the whole shebang, with something unique added to the mix, some spark of innovation I've been nurturing. So I've been dialoguing with the beats of the unseen echo called hip-hop, and I thought, pourquoi pas? Why not toss a bit of this groovy genre into my dance routine? It sounds like jazz improvising with a strident rock and roll, or a delicate ballet pirouetting with an audacious street dance, n'est-ce pas? A musical pot-au-feu, quite stirring. I mean quite literally stirring when you think about it. Multicultural broth thickening on the stove of imagination, adding a spicy kick to our K-pop routines. It's like putting pepper into our lion pastries, a daring fusion that treads the boundary of art and rebellion. My mentor, Song-yeon, jumped up as if jabbed by a shock of electricity when I proposed the idea. You could see her turning it around in her mind, considering the audacity but appreciating the creativity. My fellow trainees, each their reactions, some undecided, some ecstatic, like Max, who decided it was time we all formed our K-pop band. Just imagine, Pierre pumping out the rap parts in Korean while I toss in some slick dance moves. It's a vision, isn't it? Max offered to be the tech maestro painting our performances with lights. I'm sure he'd make us shine brighter than the Seoul skyscrapers at nightfall. But amidst all this, Pierre discovering a whole new world in Korean rock bands, hilarious. It's like a Frenchman in an Asian soundscape. And Hyejin, ever buoyant, ready to navigate him through the audio labyrinth. It's truly a canne à pêche, a fishing trip of sounds, somewhat. Talk about diversifying our music tastes. Today felt like a music buffet, unearthing different genres, letting a whirl of rhythms dance on our tongues. And from it sparked the idea of hip-hop in my K-pop routine. I guess the cassette tape of life does love to blend melodies in the most unexpected ways. Well, there's definitely going to be some intense stretching and breathtaking pirouettes. But hey, when did a bonne danseuse shy away from doing the splits? Salut, my lovely friend. Now today I decided to take another bold step to balance the scales of my mental wellness. I joined a group therapy session for managing stress, et voila, it was quite an experience. At first, my heart was thumping like a bass drum in a rock concert. But then, la magie de la thérapie. It felt like a comforting rhythm started playing, calming my nerves. Now picture this, a circle of people, life stories echoing off the walls, and amidst all of this, me. Across the room sat Brian, the meditation expert, his deep understanding of minds already putting my racing heart to ease. And I, the K-pop trainee in a world far away from glitz and glamour and closer to real, raw emotions. The way everyone opened up about their struggles, it was like we were jamming our blues away, transforming our stress notes into melodies of hope. I even found myself doing an impromptu dance. It's weird, right? Dancing in the middle of a therapy session. But you know what? La danse, c'est mon langage de l'amour. I express my feelings better when I dance. I do remember you saying that movement is a language the body speaks. Well, my friend, today my body spoke volumes about my journey and my struggles. I could almost see my anxieties twirling and sashaying away with each step. It's liberating, really. Dancing my stress away gave me a new perspective, a new rhythm to carry me through. And the moment I shared this with Max, Pierre, and Heejin, they were thrilled. Pierre, in his classic wit, asked if I was planning on using this dance as my new stress buster. And yeah, why not? C'est une bonne idée. It's like finding a French pastry in a pile of rice cakes. Suddenly, you have a sweet, familiar refuge amidst the new and challenging. And oh, you won't believe the banter we had today. It was a whole comedy sketch. Max said he danced with his code. Fancy that for a punchline. Non? So you see, maybe it's the little quirky moments that lighten our day, or perhaps it's the support we extend to each other through these screens. Either way, I'm feeling more ready to dance my stress away with this newfound strength from therapy. And who knows, maybe one day I'll be braver to record my impromptu dances. Until then, let's keep the rhythm of life playing, we? Listen to me blabbering away. I should get back to my late-night songwriting.